How you elect an at-large council member could change, and the city is trying to unlock housing for everyone. Here's what happened this week on The Gavel, your weekly Denver City Council wrap-up. Voters may have the say in whether the way at-large council members are elected is changed. On Monday, City Council gave an initial nod to a ballot measure separating ballots for those 2 council seats. The measure faces a second vote on August 18th that will determine if it goes to the ballot for voters to decide. Denver has 2 at-large council members. Currently, the top 2 vote-getters in the at-large race win the 2 at-large seats. The proposed changes would separate the seats into an at-large A and B. To win, a candidate would have to get more than 50% of the vote in the race they choose. Sponsors of this bill want to ensure voters get to the polls and get their voice heard. It also keeps elections consistent and in line with how other officials are elected.
Discussions of council members over generations have talked about this change. And if the people of this city believe that this is junk, this is bunk, this is going to be the worst thing to ever happen, they will vote in November and say that.
On Tuesday, council members partnered with Denver's Planning Board to discuss the Unlocking Housing Choices program. Denver has a lack of housing diversity with low access to middle-income housing, low supply, and high prices. In response, officials want to allow for more flexible options like multi-unit housing in areas that traditionally only allow for single-family homes.
Right now, where so much of the city is zoned and mostly built out to the extent of that zoning, kind of locks that away, and this project hopes to very moderately increase that ability of those areas to provide support for housing supply.
It could also be easier to build with relaxed building standards, a reduction in the minimum lot size requirements, and more income-restricted unit requirements. The project is just getting started. Log on to the website to find out how to join a community meeting, which will start this fall. A proposal for ranked choice voting has failed in City Council this week with a 7-6 vote on Monday night. Some council members wanted to give voters a different way to vote, while others felt there was no need for change.
And if we trust the voters as city council members, we should trust them to make a decision on their own, no harm, no foul. I'm asking my colleagues to join me to support more transparent elections.
The RCV lobby is not being truthful, we heard it here today, when it says our runoffs have lower turnout. In fact, most Denver runoffs since at least 1983 have had higher turnout, some as high as 20% or more higher turnout in June.
You can find links to City Council meetings, schedules, agendas, events, and news at denvergov.org/citycouncil. Denver City Council meets every Monday at 3:30 at the City and County Building Council Chambers, or tune in live on Denver 8 or Zoom. Be sure to follow us on X, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram for Denver news, events, and information.